So now that I've got the canvas completely covered, it brings me to the next step, which is where I make any adjustments or amendments. With every painting I've ever done to date, there are bits that I'd like to change or wish that I'd done better. I've come to terms with this and I see it as a positive. If I ever get a good one, God forbid, I may give up painting and there would be nothing for me to strive for anymore. I'm a firm believer in my next painting will be my best. The adjustment stage of the painting can sometimes take the same amount of time as it did for the whole painting stage. Sometimes I think that maybe if it needs so many adjustments, I'd be better off if I just redrew it and started again. I have been known to tweak a painting to death at this stage, and I've witnessed many students do the same thing. They fiddle with it until it's overworked and a complete mess. I'm very lucky to live with a very talented artist, and I respect her opinion immensely. So usually I get to this stage and I ask her if she has any comments to make on my work. We have this agreement that when both of us are critiquing the other's work, that we're honest and we speak our minds. We agree that the opinions are just that, they're just opinions. We're then free to take that opinion on board or dismiss it at will. I would say that the majority of my adjustments are related to edge quality. I think that edges are responsible for making my paintings look more oil-like. So it is at this stage that I get a piece of paper and I write down a list of the major things I wish that I had done better or that I feel needs changing. This list contains no more than 10 points and I'm very specific about how I write down these changes. I may write down, for example, soften the top of the dark shape going from the right wrist into the forearm, or knock back the dominance of the shape between the arm and the clothing just below the elbow, make it cooler and make it lighter. And I write down these things and then I stick this list to the painting or put it on top of my palette. And then what I do is I go to bed and sleep on it. When I return to my easel in the morning, I review the list, and if the points that I'd written down on that list the day before still bother me, I fix them and only them. I'm really at this stage, I don't want to be tempted into fiddling my painting to death. When and if I've amended the items on the list and the ones suggested by Lucianne, and I believe that there's little more I wish to do to the painting, I have one more look at it without the tape on it, and this gives me a nice clean edge. So I take the tape off, and this white border helps contain the viewer's eye within the works, and it lets me judge my values according to the white of the canvas. It's still held, the painting's still held to the backing board with the staples at this stage. And if there's still nothing else I wish to do to the painting, I sign it. When I sign a painting, I'm still thinking about design. I place my signature in an area which will aid the design and help balance the work or break up an empty space. I choose a colour for the signature that will help with the design as well. If the signature has to have a lot of weight and balance a particular side, then what I do is I choose a brighter colour. But if the painting is fairly well balanced and the signature doesn't have to have a lot of weight, then what I tend to do is choose a colour that's a little bit more insignificant. In this case, I've elected to place the signature down in the bottom right corner, and I've chosen a colour that is very similar to that I used in the background, so as I don't want it to distract away from my focal area, which is the bird and the figure.